Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Dana, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you our family's kind of 2022 favorites as far as homeschooling and educational type things go. So a lot of them are games, some of them are organizational things, some of them are newer items. The large majority of these are actually thrifted items as well that I wanted to share with you. And yeah, there are quite a few things in here, so let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So when it comes to our game favorites for the 2022 year, I know these things are probably going to be of no surprise to you because I've talked about them a lot on this channel. But the first one, of course, is going to be the Animal Kingdom card game. I've talked about this again multiple times on this channel. The whole purpose of this game is to collect 4 of kind of like the same animal kingdoms, or the same kind of animal habitats, I should say. So you're trying to get all 4 animals that live in the safari, or all 4 animals that live in the jungle. And it's just a really, really fun game. We've been loving this, and I like that it's a small little tin, so it's honestly one that I keep in our diaper bag, so whenever we do go out and about and we're sitting down someplace or need a quiet activity, this is a really fun one. And the other one, again, is probably of no surprise to you. Here you go. And that is the Guess in 10 game. Again, no surprise at all, but we have been loving this. We play this a lot. It's still one of my kiddos' favorites. The third game, and this is another one that typically when we are traveling or need a quiet activity to take with us, this is a really fun one. Anyway, it's Spot It. I have multiple different versions of this, but this is just the animals one, and I love it. If you're not familiar with Spot It, even though I'm sure you are, because it's a very popular game, this is one of those games where it does not matter what 2 cards you pick, there's always going to be a common denominator. A really fun family game, but it's also really fun and competitive as well. So for the little ones, they love this game. So my next thing I wanted to share with you is this really fun kind of magnetic activity board. I don't remember the name of it, but I will have it linked down below if you do want to check it out. But that is just a little magnetic board, and it's actually really nice quality, which I was honestly surprised. I don't know why, but and you take the little magnetic pen here with the little ball on top, and you can draw different shapes with it, but you're really just bringing the magnets to the surface. So this is a really fun thing. And I will also mention as well, you can kind of do like whatever you want to bring the magnets up. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, I will mention as well for this in particular that if you have little toddlers or anything working on their fine motor skills, this is such a fun activity, because my 2-year-old will take this and very carefully just bring every magnet to the surface, and she has a ton of fun doing it. And honestly, I find it very satisfying as well to play with. So a really fun one, and definitely in our top 2022 list. So if you've been around on my channel for a while, you know that one of our kind of rhythm things that we do before we actually start our school morning, when we transition from play into, okay, it's time for school, is we love doing puzzles. And I wanted to share with you some of our favorites that we have really enjoyed. This is the 100-piece neon little fish jigsaw puzzle. This is surprisingly, it's only 100 pieces. It's actually surprisingly pretty challenging, but we have been loving this one, and my kiddos love it just because of all the bright fish. But this is one that it's only 100 pieces, so it's really easy to do like in those mornings before school, especially when we're all working on it. Now, ones that they love doing by themselves are these search and find unicorn puzzles. This is specifically for my daughter. For my little guy, I got him the search and find dinosaur jigsaw puzzles. So these are 2 puzzles that they love doing kind of by themselves. They're really easy to do, and these are the ones that they will do like before dinner and again before school time. But they've just been really fun. They're really simple, but they are the 48 piece, and then they're smaller as well, so they're not like a big floor puzzle where it will get out everywhere. But this is one of those like simple tabletop puzzles where it's challenging enough to actually be fun and challenging, but not like too, if that makes sense. So these are a good one. I actually got these off of Book Outlet a while back, and they were only, I want to say I paid $3.99 each, so almost their store prices. So I wanted to share these with you. If I can find them on Book Outlet still, I will have them linked down below, but they have been some of our favorites from last year so far. So my little ones absolutely love stickers. Like any type of stickers, they absolutely love. So I wanted to share with you, and these again are just nothing new probably on my channel, but they are something, yeah, that we've been playing with so much the past year. And these are the Mosaic sticker pads from Melissa and Doug. We have this one, and then I also have the ocean one. Like these are obviously all used, if you couldn't tell. But well, there's a few in here that aren't used, but they love these. This is one of the #1 things that they choose to take with them to church, or just a quiet activity to do, just like, yeah, any quiet activity. This is one that my daughter is currently working on, so if I can find it here. Yeah, and then you just take the little stickers, fill in the little spots, and they love these. They will take these, sit up on the counter on the little kitchen island while I'm cooking dinner, and just hang out and like do these for literally probably an hour at a time, because they just love them. So had to give these a shout out, because because they are one of our family's favorite like quiet time activities. So as I mentioned, they love stickers, and so I wanted to shout out these because these are not as popular, or I don't see them anywhere really. And so they are the I Like Ocean sticker books, and these are $6.95, I believe. Yeah, the baby animals and the ocean ones are the two that we have, and I love these sticker books. Like I mentioned before, my kiddos love stickers, and one of the reasons why I like these in particular is the actual stickers are real life, and a lot of them are missing, so you'll kind of get the idea, maybe not, but they're real life pictures, so they just have a ton of fun incorporating these into art pieces, into drawing. There's a lot missing. Obviously all the big animals are probably missing by now, but as you can tell, they're just like real life pictures, and I really like that because not a lot of stickers I come across and a lot of stickers that I find are real life. So it's nice that they can actually play with the actual real life looking stickers, and they love them. And this one is $400, and they actually are reusable, so I love that too. They do stick to paper, but they also like peel off as well, so you can kind of reuse them. That you can use them as window clings. They're not going to stick to your floor and never come off like a lot of other stickers do, personal experience, and stick on your walls. So I love that they're very kid friendly in that regard. They are a little bit pricey, $6.95, but again, you are getting 400 stickers and they are real life. So I love that. And I love the value of them. So there's the ocean one, and then the baby animal one is one of my daughter's favorites. And again, the pictures are just real life, really fun, and they're just full of so many cute little baby animals. And they are reusable. See, these are like the sloths and everything like that. So, and then in the back of the books, they have the little, you can tear out the middle part here and have like the little area where you can put the stickers on and play, like set up some scenes or whatever it is that you want to do. So highly recommend these. These are one of our family's favorites when it comes to sticker books. The last sticker favorite, I know there is a lot of stickers here, but the last sticker favorite is this Melissa and Doug sticker collection. Now this one has over 500 stickers, and I want to say I paid $5 something for this. Yeah, something like that. But this is the princess one. I got this one for my 5-year-old daughter for one of her Christmas gifts. The reason why I'm sharing this as one of our 2022 favorites is because we actually went through 2 other versions of this throughout last year, and they literally had so much fun. Typically when they are doing their homework or anything like that, and if they're doing a good job, honestly, even if they're struggling, I'll still put a sticker on their page because they love it and it makes them happy. So sometimes I will pick one out from one of these books and put it on their homework. Sometimes they will. But there's just quite literally, like the book says, 500 just really fun stickers to choose from and to play with. And again, it's a great value. I do like that a lot of it is nature inspired, but it's also like you have all the princess fairies and things like that that little girls would love. So I highly recommend these, especially if you're homeschooling students are like mine and love everything stickers. So another homeschooling favorite this year, and these actually need to be replaced because they're very worn. I got these in the beginning of our last school year, so the start of the 2022-23 school year. And my kids have used them pretty much every school day since, and that is these little pencil grip holders. I love these. For one, they are small enough to where their little fingers don't exactly slide out. A lot of pencil grips that I have used in the past, the part that you actually put your finger in, like the part right here, is too wide so their fingers slip out, but I love these because I feel like these were actually designed for little fingers. So I love these. They're I don't know, they just have worked wonderful. Now they don't necessarily have to use them. I just find that they find it a lot more comfortable holding the pencil, and they thoroughly enjoy having them. And then another favorite this year, and this is again, I need to get some more because these are very well loved. These are the pencil toppers, and I've been loving using little animals and critters. They always have fun every single morning picking out an animal or a critter to put on top of their pencil. They'll name it for the day and then just have so much fun with it. So yeah, those are the 2 like pencil type accessories that we use every single day in our homeschool, and I love that they get excited over something so simple yet is also effective and fun and useful, because this is actually a little eraser too, so that's always a win. So another homeschool type item, and these are also little erasers that I actually got a lot of them, and I put them in my kiddos' stockings for Christmas, and they are these super tiny little kind of character erasers. I got a bunch of these. They came in a pack of like 40, I believe, but they're just like cute little caricatures, and yeah, they're adorable. I will say these are probably not worth the money now that we've gotten them and used them. The little pieces come apart. However, I will say if you want to use them for the actual pieces and the puzzle piece, they're almost like little puzzle pieces here. If I can show you here, the little pieces here, they kind of just pop off and come off like this. And so what I will do, actually, surprisingly, and this is not what they're designed for, but what I use them for is, okay, they're actually really good erasers. I will go and throw that out there. They actually work great as as erasers if you don't mind them popping off. However, so what I will do is I will actually take all of the pieces. So they have, again, I think there's like 40 of them that came in the pack. I'm not sure. I'll have the link down below, but there was a ton of them that came in the pack. And what my kiddos will do, and what I actually find to be very fun and useful, is we'll take all the pieces apart to where it's just like a bunch of pieces like this. And we'll take all the pieces apart, and then we will put them in a little Ziploc baggie. Oh my goodness. And we'll actually use these as a quiet time activity. Normally during church when we need something quiet, they will take these and just have a ton of fun putting them back together and making little things. So they're digging through the bag trying to find all the pieces, because like I said, all the pieces are apart. And so they have a ton of fun doing it. And even though they are being used for a different purpose, I did want to share that because, again, if you are needing a quiet time activity, or if you have a toddler like I do that is 2 years old and wanting some fine motor practice and skill building things, this is a great option because these little caricatures are really small. So this is a wonderful, wonderful like fine motor skill type practice thing. So I wanted to mention those because, like I just said 3 times, we don't use them for actual erasers, but for other things. So I thought I would mention that. Another thing that we have been using at school that I got at the beginning of last year are these little, I believe I got these from Target. They're green room cards, but they are just these little bound index cards, and I have used these so much. This is like my last semi-empty one. I think it's mostly empty. There's a few like little things in there, but I have been using this alongside my daughter's Good and Beautiful Level K program. She'll write a lot of her spelling cards in these. I actually do need to pick up a handful because she filled up the other 2 that we have, but they are just super, super cute, and I love that they are bound. And so typically, instead of having just like a box of blank index cards, I can use one of these per subject and just pull it out when we know which one is for what. So I love the convenience of these, and I think these were only $1.99, so they are pretty affordable for what they are, and they're just really cute, and my kiddos love them. They actually love writing their sight words in these, or spelling words. You can use both sides, so you can flip through and have a whole bunch of like whatever you want it to be. And I'll honestly get one of these as well, and I have kind of like some scripture memory verses that I personally as a mom am working through or working on, and so I will put those in here, whether it be Bible verses, quotes, and things like that. And it's just nice to have all my favorites condensed into one little thing, and it's a really affordable way to do so. So another RC type favorite that my kiddos have been loving this year are these little stencils. And the actual cover for these, I actually took them all out of the book because we have about 5 different ones. This is the ocean one, if you couldn't probably tell here when I'm going to hold it up. But they are just these little art stencils, and they love these. They'll play with them pretty much all the time. And when they are in the little years of just learning how to draw, having a stencil or something similar has really been fun to them to boost their kind of creativity when it comes to their drawing. So a lot of times they will use their stencils on their paper, and then they'll use the ocean stickers and kind of fill in and make scenes on top of just like drawing and painting and using chalk pastels. So they're using a bunch of different resources to make that one big landscape drawing, and I love that. So we have quite a few of these, and I believe the little stencil books, it comes with I believe 6 different ones, and they're only $1.95 I believe. So I'll have that link down below. Oh, this is part of those little Dover stencil books, if you know what I mean, but they're adorable, affordable, and my kiddos have a ton of fun using these stencils. So when it comes to our actual CLE curriculum, a couple of the things that we did get in addition to the actual core curriculum workbooks are the actual sight words to go along with it. This is the learning to read. This is what my first grader is doing right now, and this is the sight word flashcards. I've been loving this, and he has 2. Now these are the sight words that have the actual pictures on them too, but one of the reasons why I love these, and I have shared this before on my channel when I was kind of doing our flip through of learning to read, is on the back it has like this sentence of what you need. So on this one is like, we should sleep in a tent at least 1 time. And so as a teacher, you're putting the word should into a sentence, and then they themselves are looking at the word should. So it brings the sentence to, or I'm sorry, it brings the sight word to life by reading the sentence that goes along with it. So I love these. I do highly recommend getting these if you are doing the CLE Learning to Read program. Highly, highly worth it. They're great. And then I also have the phonics flashcards, also from Christian Light Education. Both of these items can be bought and sold, like be used individually. I've just, of course, used them along with the curriculum, but these are the beginning spelling and the beginning phonics rules. And again, I love these, especially if we are struggling with just one concept, or one idea. These are great to pull out. And again, I love on the back. So for example, the Y equals a long I sound. You get a lot of practice on the back of each card. So Y equals I as in fly. and then again you can flip that over and get this as well. So if you're doing really any core curriculum that actually use the phonics, kind of like the phonics method or whatever that to teach reading, these cards can be a standalone item. So I highly recommend them because, like I said, if you are kind of struggling on one concept or one rule or phonics rule, this is a wonderful way to kind of help your student along. Or if they are in kindergarten and you want to prepare them for that first grade level, this is also a great option, is by getting these cards. And of course, everything is beautiful and kind of nature inspired and things that my kids love. So I highly recommend those if you are doing the CLE program. We have utilized them so much in our homeschool this past year. So that's why they're in this video. Another CLE thing, which is the actual learning to read. These are the word flashcards. So we have the sight word flashcards, these ones here. You actually utilize these every single day, and I use the picture ones probably two or three times a week on average. But I use these every single day, and every single day in his actual book, he's going to get a new sight word. And so I will, oops, there we go, that's backwards. But I will typically pull these out, and then whatever one he's ready for, we'll review these and add on to it every single day, to where now he has a very big stack of these sight words. So it is a very thick box of all the sight words that he will have known by the time we finish our curriculum. But I do love these, and I have found that actually utilizing these types of materials when it comes to doing the curriculum, it really does solidify everything that he's learned. It's a fun way, because a lot of the times when we are doing flashcards or anything like that, we do them quickly, and so it's giving him a chance for his brain to kind of like wake up a little bit. And so we typically will pull these cards out before we even open up our Learning to Read book. We'll review our sight word from the day before and things like that, and they're just great. I love utilizing these. I highly recommend, if you're doing that curriculum, that you get these to go along with it, because they've been a huge help. Another thing that I have been loving, especially for my first grader, and these are just extra things that we kind of add in maybe once a week, if that, but I wanted to mention them because we have been utilizing them at least once a week for the past year, and they are the first grade Abeka readers. I found the whole series thrifted, but these are the first two that he completed. They were already out here in our little storage room here, bonus room, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I really do like these. I highly recommend them if you do have that first grade reader. The stories are really sweet. They are also very short, and so they make just a really good addition to have, especially if you're wanting a reader that will kind of boost your kiddo's reading and things like that. And he actually loves all the stories in here, so I highly recommend these. They're really fun. He's been through the Fun with Pets as well as Tiptoes, and so he's really enjoyed reading all the stories out of both of these books. And again, all the stories and pictures and everything are just things that he loves and is right up his alley. So I wanted to shout out these, because even though they are not part of our curriculum, you can get these as a standalone item. And I did find them, and because I did find them thrifted, I wanted to share them with you because I thought they were a really fun find. For my kindergartner, one of my favorite things for her that I have just grown to really love, and I know she has too, that is my first nature reader from The Good and the Beautiful. Now, I have shared this several times before in my channel, but I love these. I'm going to be collecting all the ones in this series because I just thoroughly enjoy them. If you're not familiar with them, this actually is designed to go along with the Level K curriculum. However, this is also one of those things that you can get as a standalone item for that kindergarten reader or kindergarten grade reader. We really like it. The illustrations are beautiful. It is actually more on grade level than the previous one is, and it actually is designed to go along with whatever it is that they are reading. And so whether that be CVC words, if it's a special blending, double consonant words, they're really fun. Anyway, we've thoroughly been enjoying it, and I think the illustrations again are just really sweet, and she loves it. So I wanted to give this a huge shout out because it's not just a school reader. My little girl actually feels so big when she's reading this because, as you can tell, it's an actual real book. So she loves it, and yeah, I had to share it. So that's one of our favorites. For our actual curriculum, so this is one of the very first times, I think, in my homeschooling journey that I have not switched curriculum for my first grader since the start of the school year. So I had to shout out all three of our core subjects, which is learning to read, the language arts, and the mathematics from CLE. So all of these have been one of our, all of our core curriculum for my first grader. We've loved it. Again, I haven't changed a single thing for him. apart from adding in just a few readers and things like that, just for some fun reading practice and everything. And then of course I'm going to shout out from 2022 at the CLE kindergarten. We completed kindergarten 1 and 2, and we love this program. If you do have little ones and you're looking for a good kindergarten program, amazing, absolutely amazing one. I love this one, so I had to share that one. Another thrifted find that was actually a Christmas gift for my kiddos, but I have had since, I think I've had it since September. I did find it thrifted, and that is this globe. I was so excited. This is actually a Geo Safari talking globe. Let me see if I can turn it on here. This is a wonderful, wonderful addition to our homeschool. I'm really excited about it. I actually grew up with one very similar to this, but it's just a little game. You can choose how many players you want, and you learn literally everything about geography, where everything is at. You can choose your level. It's an amazing, amazing addition to our homeschool. I was really glad I found it thrifted. Very, very thankful. And it came with its box in like new condition with all the paperwork and everything. So very thankful to find this, and I wanted to highlight that as my main thrifted find from last year because I was really excited about it. And until I found it, I was actually looking for one similar and looking at them, but they were just too expensive for me to justify buying something like that new. So I was very thankful to come across that thrifted. My other big items that I got that I was really excited to find this year and just utilize, I should say last year, that I was excited to utilize. One of the main things that I got, and again is no surprise probably, is this big storage case. I have used this so much, and I got it last summer, I believe, or before we started the school year. And I actually initially got this to organize all of my school flashcards, and I think it's technically like a photo organizer or something like that. So, but what I have used it for is, like I just said, all of our actual flashcards, all of our cards, homework, things like that. Anyway, all of these little things pop out, and I have anywhere from like sight word flashcards, I have beginning letter sounds, numbers, just a little bit of anything and everything. But one of the things in here is actually one of my 2-year-old's favorite activities that we found last year, and so I thought I would go ahead and share. I have shared this with you when I was talking about kind of like my toddler's activities and what we like to do with her when it comes to while we're homeschooling. But that is, let me get it out here, it's like a little card reader. So what it is this little card reader, and it's great again for fine motor practice because you have to actually slide the card in here, and then it will tell you what it is. And then and then she can flip it around, do it this way. She likes all the animal cards probably the best. She loves doing this little activity. And one of my favorite things about this, which is something so random, it's not just the fact that it's a great activity for her to do. I actually keep it in this little green case as well. But it's really great because it actually doesn't take batteries. You connect it to like a phone charger and charge it that way. I wish they made every electronic thing for kids that way, because you can literally plug it into a phone charger and you're good to go. So I love that. I don't have to replace the batteries. It will literally last forever, and she loves it. That's one of her favorite activities, so I definitely had to shout that out. But overall, this organizer has been a huge blessing. It's really helped me as a homeschool mom. I keep everything organized and tidy. I have like my little Alpha Phonics cursive cards in here and things like that. So yeah, just overall, I'm really enjoying utilizing it. And then my first grader also did the Good and Beautiful Level K. So I actually even kept all of his like little beginning readers into this one in case we need more reading practice. I can open these up. And it's just a good way because the beginning readers, not like the new version, we're not bound by one book. So I was happy to find this storage thing. It's been a huge blessing, and I've utilized it so much. So the last thing I want to mention is something that my 2-year-old has actually been loving playing with, and they are these little Melissa and Doug wooden dress-up dollies. We have, let me show you here, we have a big wooden basket full of them, and so we will keep these normally under the chair in our playroom, and she'll play with these all the time. Now what I use these for, and the reason why I wanted to share them with you, is we've been using these dolls and we've been working on the very, very simple words like in, off, on, things like that. So, oh, do you want this? There you go. So what I will do is we'll take like a little skirt, and we'll be like, put the skirt on, put it on, and we'll put it on, take it off, take it off. And so we're just really working on building the actual vocabulary as well as like doing the actual thing. So we're like, we'll take the dress off, okay, we'll put it back on. So we'll sing the song like, put the dress on, put it on. And so we'll put the dress on, and then she'll be so excited. We're like, okay, time to get changed, take it off, take it off, take it off. And so it's just a really, really fun way. And then another thing that I have also utilized with her when it comes to language development, I actually do need to make a whole video on that because there's a lot of activities that we've been doing with her and just fun little hands-on things that have really helped her. And I love using these little bears. These actually are those Melissa and Doug little dress-up bears, but what I do is I use these little actual faces. They're little emotion faces, And then we'll sing a song like, oh, this bear's sad. And then we'll talk about sad. So she'll say sad. And then, oh, I know. You want to play with this? There you go. There you go. And then like, this bear is happy. So it'll be like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And so just having just different fun activities for her and has really helped kind of boost her language development. And I've noticed a really, really big difference in doing things like this. Again, I probably will do a designated video on what we do kind of to work with her and things like that, or when you have like a beginning kind of speech delay thing. So that is everything. I feel like I have so much more that I could share with you. This video will probably be an hour long if I actually shared all of our favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got some fun ideas if you're looking for something to add into your homeschool. But until my next video, I hope you guys have a great day, whatever you're doing, and God bless. Bye. Hi, you ready to come see Mama? Yeah, oh, you see yourself in the monitor. Yes, you do. So you see yourself in the monitor.